Grade Podcast. What's up, everyone? Today we are going to continue talking about advanced building techniques with Josh. But before all that, allow us to welcome you to another episode of the Perfect Grade Podcast, your favorite weekly show where we talk about anything and everything Gundam under the sun. This podcast wouldn't be possible without our partners, HobbyLink Japan and Vivian Blue, your go-to online stores for Gunpla figures and anime goods straight from Japan. Enter our coupon code PG Studios on Vivian Blue. That's capital PGS. Small TUDIOS as seen in the graphic below. Check them out by clicking on our affiliate links found in the description of this video. Perfect Grade Studios is now sponsored by Armored Komodo. Proudly made in the Philippines and trusted by builders around the world, Armored Komodo is the go-to brand for skilled modelers who want pro-level results. Whether you're brushing, airbrushing, or weathering, Armored Komodo delivers unbeatable coverage, rich colors, and smooth finishes. The best paint in the Philippines, now supporting builders everywhere around the globe. Grab yours from select hobby shops or online stores today. I am one of your hosts, Raynan, and alongside me are my co-hosts, the Gunpla modeler, the animator, the perfect grade rock star, the Unipla, Miguel. Voice as smooth as butter, the head researcher, the Plamo apprentice, Justin, and the creator of one of the most active Gunpla communities, Gunpla Photography, the Gunpla photographer himself, the daddy, the semi-bald one, GP, and sitting beside him is our perfect grade artist, the 30-minute mission apprentice, Ralph, and coming back as our special guest friend of the show, he builds Gunplas, he builds dioramas, a mental health advocate, and a dog rescuer, the man behind Doghouse Hobby Studios. Welcome back, Josh, and joining him behind him is Lennox.
Yes, my nephew Lennox is here with me today.
Hey, welcome everyone. Okay, it's been a while, so Josh, anything new? What's new with you today or this week?
Oh, it has been a crazy week with my regular life work, so it is what it is. But finally getting the motivation to get my GBWC build going. It was announced earlier this month that things were going to get going for the US stuff. So we have until, if we want to do the in-store event thing, August 16th. If we do the online part, then it's until September 30th. But that took away about 2 months of my build process time. So I am now in crunch mode, and I barely just started.
Do it.
Same.
How about you, GP and Migs? Any progress on your GBWC builds?
No.
That's a quick answer. You know what? I'm gonna answer to no. How about you, Justin? Any progress on your end?
Yes, but no.
How about you,
I do
GP?
Some progress on
The main
SMS.
model is almost finished.
Hmm.
I just need to work on the color scheme and the mods for it.
GP's
But I've been working on my PSMS right
Yeah.
now.
working on two
working on
kits.
SMS.
Bam.
Yeah.
It's a G liner.
Miguel too, PSMS.
Hmm.
I added a dick.
We actually posted our whip builds just earlier.
Oh, where did you post it?
Yeah,
Where?
On
Where?
Facebook.
Is it on Facebook?
Here.
Facebook, everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, we are now on TikTok and Instagram. So if you guys want to see
Yes.
GP's and Migs's work in progress, you can check them out on our TikTok and Instagram page. As well.
We're on TikTok. Are we gonna do some dances now?
Hell no. Are you on TikTok, Josh?
No, I am not.
Oh.
Good.
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 Save
Or
yourself.
I'll just follow Miguel's footprint. No.
No.
All right. Also, again, we'd like to announce once more, in celebration of reaching 10,000 followers on Facebook and 155 subs on YouTube and 200 followers on TikTok, we will be hosting a Gunpla/Plamo photography contest. The theme is urban. What is that again? Urban
Photography.
Oh yeah, urban photography. So yeah, we will be posting details soon. So check that out on our page, which is of course Perfect Grade Studios on Facebook. Okay. All right. I think that's all about. So, about you, Justin. Are you ready?
Maybe.
No, you are ready. Shut up.
No.
You are ready.
All right.
All right. Yes, because it's now time for our first segment of the show, this week's breaking news. All right. First and foremost, we got some general news for this week. Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quux takes the center stage at LA Anime Expo 2025. A special event will be held on July 3rd, taking place at the Peacock Theater. Next, Premium Bandai has just rolled out a major digital initiative, making approximately 600 Gunpla instruction manuals available online through its official web manual portal. Now on to some gaming news. The enhanced ground combat variant of the Rosette is joining Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. This prototype mobile suit is available for purchase in the supply drop.
That's good.
And now for our major event, the kit news. To celebrate the 45th anniversary of Gunpla, RX-93 New Gundam is making its ultimate comeback. It will be reimagined as a perfect grade unleashed 160 scale model, set to roll out in January 2026 at the price of 66,000 yen.
Oh my god.
A follow-up of last week's teaser, the Eyes Gundam is making its official debut in a brand new Revealed Chronicles story. This debut also aligns the arrival of the Eyes Gundam in the metal build figure lineup in September 2025 with the price of 48,400 yen and promises to be one of the most enigmatic and stylish entries in the series to date. Bandai Spirits has unveiled the latest entry in the Real Grade Gunpla lineup, Wing Gundam Zero, released in celebration of Gundam Wing's 30th anniversary. It'll be released on September 25 with a price of 4,620 yen. Next, the 1100 Gundam Barbados Lupus roars into the Master Grade Gunpla lineup. Release date of November 2025 with a price of 7,150 yen. The MGSD lineup continues to evolve with the addition of Gundam Aerial release date, which will be released on August 2025 with a price of 4,290 yen. Next, the Gundam Zilius, the flagship mobile suit of the new manga series Mobile Suit Gundam 8, is finally stepping into the world of Gunpla with a high-grade 1144 kit. This will be available exclusively through Premium Bandai later this year, priced at 2,700 yen.
Damn it.
And finally, the 63rd Shizuoka Hobby Show is set to take place starting May 15th, continuing its legacy as one of Japan's largest and most anticipated hobby exhibitions. In addition to the aforementioned releases, we also have the following to be released at a later time. First, we got the HG Monkey Roadie. Next, we got the HG Gundam Zagan. After that, we also have the HG Char's Zaku 2 from G-Quux. And then we also have a teaser of the HG Gundam Nyan. Also, we've got a teaser of Sayla's Light Cannon from G-Quux. And finally, an entry-grade Wing Gundam. But there are many, many more to be announced. But for now, that's all for this week's Breaking News. Team, what are your thoughts?
Good job.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of news, Justin.
Josh, have you watched G-Quux yet?
Yes, I am up to date on it.
How do you like it? How do you like it?
I feel like the storyline's a little fast-paced. I'm having problems with it, but I mean, I always like to go back and rewatch the show anyways, just to kind of see what I may have missed, because the initial first run, I'm just like, okay, cool. Go through it, watch it, awesome. Look for the cool stuff, and then go back and be like, okay, what does this actually mean? What are they doing here? What is their plot in this and stuff? But overall, I've been enjoying it. I liked seeing the various different mobile suit designs that look like Eva's or just completely different. Like the one with the two black tri-stars in it with the DOMs with the backpack, or the backpack's basically an extra leg. Like that's That's cool. Like in my opinion,
So
like I
funny.
think that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, by the way, Josh, we're planning to do an episode per episode review for G-Quox. We'd love to have you around for that. For some of those episodes whenever you're available. All right.
Totally.
Yep. And also, instruction manual. I'm surprised that this doesn't exist. That they just did this
Well,
one.
It exists before, but it's not Bandai. It's not Bandai. It's not a
It's-
Bandai initiative.
Oh, so it's not an official. So people are just scanning the manuals and
Yeah.
just uploading it. Oh, I see.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's cool. That,
Yeah, I think Bandai is just capitalizing on other people's ideas.
You know what? It's actually it's actually really what do you call that? Convenient to have it flash on the screen
Yeah.
because I guess I usually build on my desk, so in front of my PC. So having it flash on the screen is better than like flipping through a page because I can
You
I
know
don't
what?
know.
You know what would be better if
What?
it was an audiobook.
What?
A5, cut it and connect it to A6.
That's too much work.
Guys.
All right, and then we have some gaming news. Yeah, this mobile suit looks cool.
Looks good.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
the
that looks
color
dope.
scheme.
It had, I don't
What's
know why
that?
it's Star
It's a
Wars,
beetle.
so
Is it a
much.
beetle?
It's a monkey.
And then Rosette, it's a ground form. And then of course this one. Hell yeah. LEDs are not included. That's what I got from Katsu's video.
I'm gonna have to remortgage my home.
I will not eat for a month. For 2 months.
66,000.
You need to have your life savings saved up, Lennox. He says he's gonna refinance his car.
Look at that. Yeah.
I might have to sell it.
No,
The
this is gonna
backpack
be.
turns into a sub arm. That's a good gimmick.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That is cool, man.
I can
really
mod
like
that.
I really like the details of the legs because that's the best part of the new Gundam, the legs.
Yeah, the legs look amazing.
Yeah, even the RJ Hainu, man, the legs, the best.
So these are gonna be real pistons, right?
Yeah. Alright, well,
I would
I'll
hope
be
so if
pissed.
for that amount of money.
Yeah, man.
They haven't shown the inner frame yet. That's what I'm excited to see.
Yeah. And what I really love about the Perfect Grade Unleashed, the hands, they're not posable. Because posable hands suck.
Oh, the one with
My
articulation, you mean?
Yeah, I hate
Mm.
those.
Why?
I will agree with you on that.
Yeah, dude, you're posing it, and they're just gonna go.
Oh yeah, it becomes loose over time.
Yeah, dude,
It
Oh,
goes
yeah.
limp.
Oh.
goes
I
limp, man. And when you try to pose them, it's very awkward.
see. I see. Yeah. But imagine like having stands for these
Yeah.
big ass. What do you call
It's gonna
them?
be like that big.
He could block a sword with that.
Yeah.
And then, I don't get this one. It just looks like a purple Exia, right? It's
I don't get it too.
that's they're hyping this up like a I don't know. It's weird.
Isn't this the Reborn's Gundam?
Yeah, it's the Reborn's Gundam. Without the gun thing on the back.
It's just purple. Okay.
I think it belongs to the 30-minute mission for some reason.
Oh, and this one, I'm pretty excited about this one. I actually want to get this.
What a guy
Huh?
about the design. What do you guys think about the MG design?
I'm
With
not.
chunky.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Lupus.
Mm.
I'm not really the biggest fan of Lupus.
It looks more
I
chunky.
like the
I'm-
first.
Hmm?
Yeah, chunkier.
I'm a sucker for arm cannons.
Oh, these ones.
I'm waiting for the Lupus Rex.
Yeah.
Isn't this anime accurate though?
I
Like
think.
it looks like that in the anime, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
With some
I think so.
proportion improvements, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm waiting-
at least we're getting another master grade.
Yeah.
True.
For the
I'm waiting for the Lupus Rex actually.
For the Lupus Rex, it looks like it's gonna be an accessory for just an upgrade option parts for this one. They're not
Oh,
gonna release
no.
a separate Lupus
Secretly
Rex.
Bandai.
Yeah.
God,
Kind of like
damn.
what they did with the narrative and the B packs.
Oh yeah. You know what would be cool? MG narrative with Apex.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know how to even fathom that. But then again, we're getting a perfect grade high new or a perfect grade new.
Yeah. And then
Oh.
speaking of MG,
The world-
we still
yeah,
don't have an
you
MG for Ariel, but we have an MG SD.
You'd get that. I know you'd get that.
Me? I don't know, man. I want an MG one.
A lot of guys in my build group, they've been building these MGSDs, and they've been pretty good, like cool little kits and stuff. Like just watching them build them and stuff. Like I'm kind of interested in them myself. I have plenty of other stuff I got to build, but I'm
Same here.
interested in it.
This one's tempting.
It looks good, right?
The fact
Oh,
the fact that you can build an SD without dealing with the hollow parts. It's a plus in my book.
the what do you call these? I forgot what these are called, but the ones.
Inner frame.
Yeah,
I
so
don't know.
basically these are molded. They're not stickers, which is good, but
Ooh.
they're not. I don't know. I don't know how to. Similar to like
No.
what they did with Full Mechanics, but I don't think this is metallic. I think that's better.
Imagine if that's
Just more things to paint.
MG.
Yeah. And then you have I hope they have an option for blue and red at the same box. and
Yeah, I think they do.
and
Oh,
then
I'd love that.
then this
I love that.
one I forgot what's this called? From
Eight.
Gundam
It looks
8.
good.
Yeah. This looks good.
Okay.
The Gundam 8.
I really like the design of this one.
Zilius.
Yeah.
I like the V.
Same.
Yeah.
I like the leg.
Oh yeah, the V fin, Ralph. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kinda looks like a kit from IBO.
Yeah, yeah. And then this one. Looking forward to this, Ralph. What can you say about the kit?
So good.
I know, right? I want one.
It's very IBO-ish, and a typical IBO design is it has a lot of panel lines, panel lining opportunities.
And,
Yeah, that
I
looks
can't
like a
believe this
Swiss-
got a release, the Zagan. Can't believe it.
It looks so cool.
why GP?
It's one of those designs that not everyone sees. Like you only see it if you're an IBO freak. So I can't believe this got a release.
It's very niche.
Yeah, it's very niche.
Like if you're into like the manga, you know.
Yeah.
Where
Oh.
did
I
this-
like it. It
where
looks
did
like a
this show up?
gate.
It's like a gate.
Yeah, dude,
These are the
it looks like a
doors.
Yeah, man.
The V-fins.
And then of course we have.
Look at that, I believe.
Damn.
Yeah.
Zaku gets a BBL.
Bro.
Yeah, but I like the police Zaku better, but this one's cool too.
Same.
Yeah.
I like the police Zaku better.
I like that one better, man.
Yeah. And
The
then,
legs are actually great.
Yeah.
It's just the balls thing that's
Yeah, those are weird.
It looks organic. Very,
I like
very
it.
organic.
I feel a kit bash coming on there though.
There's
Yeah.
Ooh.
in the balls.
Yes, in the balls. I feel the kit bash coming in the balls.
Maybe you should
I
spill
feel it too.
some plastic cement on your balls again.
Damn it. And then we have was this it? Random
Is that
reboot?
UC?
I'm not sure what
Is that
this is.
UC?
this one's from Mercury? Vanitas Heart?
Ooh.
Huh?
Oh.
No. No, it's not.
It's not.
Is it?
That's what I saw on the
It is.
on the news.
It is?
Ooh, it looks like a
Yeah.
Delta Chi.
This is
Or-
a logo for Witch from Mercury. So,
Oh.
Huh.
It looks very Titan. It looks like a
Yeah.
Titan suit.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of conflicting info going on here because there's the Wish from
Yeah.
Mercury logo thing, but it's also right next to a Advance of
Titan.
Zeta reboot
Yeah.
thing, which and then there's another sign next to it, which I think is a thing there. Like I think that's what it's actually for. So I don't know what's going on here.
I know, right?
This is a weird photo.
Organizers,
yeah, but
explain.
from the news article, Justin, this is from Witch from Mercury, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Damn
It looks like the drone suits from Witch from Mercury, like especially the chest part. So
Yeah.
I think
Even Dolva?
definitely from right. So
It's
instead
like a fantasy version
Is
of it.
yeah, kinda
Yeah.
Oh, still looks cool.
yeah, it does. And then of course we have Sailor Masses.
That's good.
Yeah, called it. Said it's Sailor.
No balls.
Yeah.
What? It has a mace?
That's cool. I like the maze.
I really like the design of these.
This is
So
Sailors,
cool.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. This is weird. It doesn't have a front skirt. Just
It looks Pacific
Yeah.
Rim for some reason.
Oh yeah, you're
That-
right.
That's
It
what
does.
that's what I like about it.
Jaeger.
No front skirts, back skirts, side
Yumi Jaeger.
skirts.
And then, of course, an entry grade for wing. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
it
no-
for the news.
Nobody
The-
cares about
the-
the
The RG wing. I saw this video in Shizuoka. They were presenting it, and there was this girl doing this gimmick in with the wing, like it something from its hand, like something turns around and then it opens up, and then she was like, "Oh."
She's hyping it up so bad.
Wow.
It was so funny.
Yumi-chan, nani ga tsuki.
Yeah, that's it for our news. Again, thank you, Justin, for delivering the news for the week. Now let's move on to the topic of the show. As I have said before, we are doing a part 2 of the Advanced Gunpla Building topic. We have covered this on episode 11, so that's 7 episodes ago. So if you want to check that out, make sure to visit our YouTube channel and just scroll down. You'll see it. But yeah, today we are covering from scribing to kit bashing to plat plates to maybe dioramas. But first, let's start with GP. You said before that scribing is something that you would like to practice, and you've been doing that recently.
Yes, GP. Explain your process of scribing.
Tell us about it.
Tell us
It was
about your
like-
experience.
Side.
No, man.
Episode 10.
Long
episode.
It's like,
Yeah, Miguel mentioned that he thinks that I was kind of scared, but no, I'm actually having fun. But what's the word?
Kind of both.
Yeah. I'm excited doing it. I'm excited doing new things. It's fun, and at first it was scary, but I do have all these Arkham products that helps me out. Shout out Arkham. Shout out Alex.
Roar.
What?
All right. So yeah, tell us about your process, GP. Like, how do you make new panel lines, or do you just rescribe the panel lines, the existing ones?
I did both. First, I practiced rescribing. I rescribe my current custom now, and Miguel suggested for me to do panel lines like separating two parts. So it's just one line, and then at some parts I did one line, and then at others I did two lines. So it's not a big deal. It's just one line, but yeah, it's something.
What tools were you using?
Joseph suggested these cheap chisels and a handle online. So I just got it online. I don't know. There's no brand, but I do plan on getting some stuff from MadWorks. Like Miguel is a very MadWorks guy, and he kept saying MadWorks, 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 and I'm like,
Dude,
okay, I will get one day.
I only have one.
Not now
I
because
only
I'm
have.
poor as fuck.
I only have one chisel from MadWorks.
Yeah, he has one chisel in MadWorks, and I need that specific chisel he has. It's a wide chisel
Yeah.
that can do.
5 millimeter.
How wide is it?
5 millimeter. 5 millimeter.
And you usually freehand that, right?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
You use it as the chisel.
Okay. Since we're covering advanced gunpla building techniques here, and for the viewers out there who are not aware, like we are talking about measurements here, like millimeters and measurements. Like, what are the common ones that people use? Josh, feel free to just chime in. Like, if when you're scribing, like, is there a specific time where, or a part of a gunpla where you use 5 millimeters, or what else? What other measurements are there?
So
Okay, go
okay,
ahead,
you
Josh.
guys go ahead. I'm gonna pull up my examples here since they're right here in front of me.
Okay.
You have
I was actually using the very thinnest one, 0.1 whatever, and I actually chipped it.
Oh yeah, if you
I
chip that
chipped
one,
it.
it's unusable.
Yeah, and Miguel mentioned that you should not add pressure when scribing. So I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, did not know that. So if you do scribing, you just have to, just cut it like a piece of cheese or something. No pressure. Don't add pressure, apparently. And yeah, it works.
So very light.
So
Mhm.
here's what I've got.
Ooh.
Try to get into the light there.
Oh.
So I have quite a few different sizes that I use for various different things, but the one I use the most is a 0.15 millimeter
Oh, yeah.
chisel, which is a very, very, very tiny. Let's try to get it in here. Like,
There we go.
There.
it's over here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you can kind of see it's a very thin blade, and so these things can chip really easily, and don't want to have that happen, especially when you're doing a piece and stuff. But a 1.5 or 1.5, no, a 0.15 is really good for high grades. From what I've seen, from what I've read, from different YouTube videos that I've tried to learn from as well. 0.15, 2 millimeters are usually what you want to use to just get like your basic lines and grooves and stuff if you're rescribing. So I'll use this as my example on my. I finally have a name for this guy. It's called the slobber knocker.
Ooh.
Wow.
So, so this goes along with that diorama that that GP saw that originally brought me to you guys.
Oh, yeah.
And I've been making it look a little prettier and stuff, but like 0.5 would be like a good for doing the back line that's right back here and stuff, like this whole for just rescribing that line, like over here on. Let's see if I can move this light a little bit over here. Does it work? I don't know. Can you guys see all that, or is it dark?
Yeah, dude.
I see it.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like all the little lines in here and everything, I just use a 0.15 to just rescribe the lines that are there. To use like a 1 millimeter. Here, I'll pull it since it's just right here. This is a 1.5 millimeter scribe, so you can see how much thicker this thing is.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted to make just kind of like accent piece or parts to like vents and things like that, then you would want to use it for stuff like that. I am not very good at scribing, so this is definitely something I need to practice more on. But making they help, especially when you're going to be painting the kit and doing airbrushing on them. It helps to rescribe those lines before you get going with it, so that way you have something for your panel lining, whatever you're using, oils or enamels, or even acrylics, like for it to flow through that channel evenly
Yeah.
and actually get in there, versus just being something that's on the surface that's just so light that it's just going to leak over on either side. So that's what I usually use my scribe stuff for.
Prescribing.
And,
Would you say
and
it's a
usually,
fundamental skill to learn?
yeah, it is.
I would say so. Is definitely something you have to work on, because like GP said, you don't need a lot of pressure to make the groove happen. That's something I've also needed to learn, because I have a heavy hand. I have a heavy hand with painting as well, and that's something I need to have a lighter hand when taking care of the kits and stuff. But yeah, just really lightly going over a couple times gives you a decent groove to work with. Keeping it straight is a whole nother ball game. Like that's hard to do when, especially if you're trying to do it freehand. And I am very jealous of those people that can do that. I have the guide tapes that help out and stuff, and these are the display ones.
Yeah, I use
And
that one too.
yeah, it's got the lines on the tape. I don't know if you guys can see that
Mm.
kind of, but those are like
Need
1 millimeter lines that are on there, so you can kind of guide yourself if you're like, okay, it needs to, I'm doing a line here and then a line here, and it's got to be this far apart, so it can help out with that type of stuff. They also have guide tape that's just completely clear, which is good if you know where you're putting the thing in, so that way you can see what's underneath.
Yeah. I usually prefer the ones with the guides with the 1 millimeter gaps.
Oh, so it's like a
Because-
ruler, but a tape.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a ruler. So basically, basically, I think Josh and I share this mindset. Make things easier for you.
Mm.
Make things
Yes.
easier when you're doing this hobby. So if you can buy that specific guide tape with the markings, get that one.
Yeah, totally. If you can get something that's going to help you make it easier for yourself on how to build, then that just speeds up your build process. It helps you be able to make the quality, I think, a little bit better. You don't want the easy way out all the time, because you do have to take your time on what you're doing, but things that can help make it easier will be better.
Yeah. Basically, streamline your process.
No, I see. Okay. So also, you've shown your, sorry, what did you call your mobile suit, Josh? The one.
The slobber
Slobber
knocker.
Yeah, the slobber knocker. So you showed us your slobber knocker. Um, so so there are parts there that you scratch built. Am I correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us
Yes.
about like the
Ooh.
process of scratch building? Like how do you conceptualize the design?
Research,
Hmm.
and then more research, and some research after that. Basically, you got to have a little bit of an idea of how things are put together, how things are, like some engineering stuff. It's not like you have to have an engineering degree to make it. You'll If you have that, then you'll be able to make things a lot easier, because you'll understand like, oh, it's got to do this, got to do that. I can do the measurements, blah 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 blah. But one of the scratch build pieces that I just put on here to make it look better is the ammo feeder. That's this whole piece right in here.
You scratch
Um,
built that?
yeah, I scratch build that. So I
Dang.
have a
God
small
damn.
little piece somewhere in here. So like inside of the feeder, you'll see that there are the like the ammunition.
The
Yeah,
bullets.
the rounds.
Yeah.
And so what I did with that, it's literally just this. It is. Hold on here. Let me. Okay. So it's just
What's that?
small plow plate rods. I think
Oh.
they're 1 millimeter in diameter. That I just cut up and put on a piece of
How
plow
do you
plate
cut that?
with a X-Acto knife or a hobby knife.
Nice.
And then I cut them to that way they're kind of in a uniformed
Oh.
part. They're not the best, but I mean it's more it's okay because of the way that it gets put into the feeder itself. And I know I've got it somewhere. Here it is. And then
It looks good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
thank you. And so that's the ammo
Makes
belt.
it more real if it's not everything's balanced.
Right. And so then this is what I designed after looking at a whole bunch of different ammo feeders for different miniguns and things like that that are in real life, is that they have these little bars that kind of protect the ammunition that's inside and everything. So what I did is there
Right.
is a tube that's a rectangular type tube. I thought I had a good example of that around here. I've got my desk is completely cluttered with a whole bunch of crap. So,
Don't worry, man.
anyways,
One
it's
thing.
a rectangular tube. So it's a tube that looks like this. I cut it and used the guide tape to cut it into 2 millimeter inch sections.
Oh.
Oh.
So each of those things is 2 millimeters roughly. And then I used my hobby saw, this little piece here, to saw
Damn.
each of those into 2 millimeters, and then I cut those in half. So then it gave it like this bracket type design, and then put that on a piece of I cut a piece of plow plate that was wider than the ammo belt. So then that way the ammo belt feeds into the thing, into the
Right.
feeder, and then I just fed that all the way through the whole entire slobber knocker.
That is so detailed, Josh.
So
And I did that
How many
over
days did
last
you
week.
do this?
So it was all last week. But probably spending anywhere between like a couple hours a day to do it. And then if you notice the parts of it here, like down in here, it is like bent.
mhm.
I just used my heat
Yeah.
gun to heat up
Oh.
the
That's good.
plow plate and just molded it to that, so that way it would
Bend
fit
it.
into that area, so that way it connects to what is the pill bottle that's holding the ammo. And then I added a whole bunch of other stuff onto it just from spare parts and things that I have. So like I
that's
said,
good.
I'm just trying to gussy it up a little bit more and make it look cooler, because this is my backup for GBWC.
That's just the backup. How many?
This is God.
Did you count how many of those rounds you cut, like in total? No.
The only reason why I have this piece is I actually had to shorten it down to make it fit properly. So I actually made it too long, which I was happy with. I was like, I don't want to make it too short. And that's a key. If you're going to make something that's like a long piece, make it longer than you need, because it's easier to cut it down than it is to make a new part and keep going. Again, make it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I know another part of scratch building is that one of the key disciplines to develop when you're scratch building is try to make things consistent. So, I'm really interested on your process, how you made those cuts very consistent, because that's a repetitive process and it has to look
Yeah.
it has to look consistent, right?
Yes, I mean, I took took some liberty, but I mean, if like you look at that closely, none of them are really the same or anything. Like they're not the same widths for those individual parts there. And that's just because I'm not accurate enough to when I'm cutting. But going back to the guide tape, because of how wide that original tube, a rectangular tube was, I have this 10 millimeter guide tape that I was able to
God.
put on there, like on the tube, and then just cut. So like on the backside here,
That's the thickest one, right?
yeah. So you can see where that guide tape actually stayed stuck when I glued it all on. Because I was like,
Oh.
this is the backside. No one's really going to care about that. And I'll put plot plate on top of it. So I just left it on there. So, but you can see where the guides are to
Yeah.
where I cut it and everything. So I just tried to cut it as best as I could and went, okay, 1, 2, cut. Okay, 1, 2, cut. 1, 2, cut.
Damn. Are you guys planning to scratch build anything, GP Migs?
Yeah. My
Yeah, I do want to
best-
try scratch building the backpack of um the ground Gundam, like the weapons pack it has, because it looks kind of easy. That's why I
for
want to
this
try
one,
it.
for this one, I'm gonna try to scratch build a twin beam rifle. I guess it looks good on this one. I think the design calls for a twin beam rifle, but I don't have one. So yeah, I guess. And Josh is doing it, so I will do it too. And
Don't put me on the spot like that.
So Josh, so the part of, did you only scratch build the ammo belt or the gun itself as well?
No, the gun is the weapons or no, not weapons option. It's one of the builder things that you can buy as its own kit. I put parts on there, like I did some stuff to it, like this shield part. It's actually from like the Dom Tropin bazooka. I did scratch build the other part that's like underneath here. It's really hard to see. It's just another spot where the feeders looks like it's going into the gun itself. I took some other parts here, like this piece here. I think, can I take this part? Yeah, I can take this part off. Ish. So this piece here, it comes with the gun itself for this part, but I cut off a part, added this circular piece, which is just another plate or plot plate rod. That's I don't know what the diameter is. Added another piece of plot plate piping, and then added this cable that has a wire in it, so that way it kind of stays. So that way it looks like it's part of like a power belt or something that's going to help power the thing, and then made this connector part. Just come on. Yeah, this part here is literally just a plot plate piping that goes into each other, and it looks like a power cable.
Oh.
Dude,
So
the slobber knocker,
Sorry, GP, you're cutting up.
uh-oh. We're losing him.
it has a
Oh,
lot
no.
going on.
Oh, it is a lot.
It does
You should
now.
use that for GBWC.
Like I said, it's my backup. It's in case I can't get what my original idea for GBWC is completed, then I at least have this and the diorama that goes along with it to at least present something and put something on the table.
Yeah.
But I want to try and get this project done because, like I said, I have the ambition and I can see it happening now. But this one's a little bit different because I am scratch building parts for this GBWC part as well. It's just not part of the kits itself. So I will share it with you guys if you guys are wanting.
Yeah.
Share it.
Hell yeah.
You want to see it? Okay. So this is what the back looks like.
Uh-huh.
It's the boxes that the kits come in.
Oh.
Oh, you recycle.
Okay.
So thinking outside the box, I'm like, I don't want to have to use plot plate to make these large pieces of stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I took the cardboard that the cardboard boxes that the kits come in from ordering them online and stuff,
Mhm.
as well as the cardboard boxes that the kits are not built in, and I just glued parts of it together and stuff like that. These are all the runners. All of this is just runners that
Mhm.
I've cut up and then used my heat gun to make it happen. And then on the front side, which will be shown to everybody else,
Whoa.
Oh damn.
Hey.
Oh damn.
and
Looks
so it's
good.
just more cardboard and everything, making little panels and stuff. Trying to figure out how to make it so that way it looks like this side's been burnt up and stuff.
Uh-huh.
As if it, like a laser took it out,
Mhm.
or it's been obviously dismantled from somewhere. But the idea is this guy is going to be ambushing somebody, and is lying in wait. So he's just kind of chilling behind the piece. But like if you're looking at it from this side, you don't see him at all.
Mhm.
Looks like a pizza.
That is-
Exactly, and then you just put some pepperoni on it, and
so you're gonna scribe the the panel as well, like the whole panel.
I might. What I'm going to probably end up doing is, now that I've got this huge piece made out of cardboard,
Mhm.
then I'll put plot plate on it and then scribe on the plot plate like little details and things like that. But I wanted to get this big piece, but not have to use up my limited supply of plot plate, because this is a hell of a lot cheaper to use
Uh-huh.
than a whole bunch of plot plate.
Yeah. Yeah. That is cool. Like yeah. I never thought of like using like the boxes themselves. I mean that's a great idea. Yeah. You've shown us your diorama, and we'll talk about that. But let's go back to like the scratch building part, right? So you so the thing that you scratch built is an existing item in the real world, right? So you did research, you did several research to make it look as accurate as you can. But then Migs, you said that you're planning to scratch build a twin beam rifle, which doesn't exist
Yeah.
in the real world. So how would
Yeah.
you conceptualize something fictional, that against a realistic one? Like how are you planning to do that, Migs?
Well, same approach as Josh. Research.
Mm.
On top of that, do some more. It's just a bunch of research on top of research,
Uh-huh.
research and research, until you come up with a design that fits your kit and fits your current items and materials.
Mm.
Well, work with what you have basically,
Mm.
and that fits your current style.
Do
So
you
basically,
Mhm.
yeah, go ahead.
Do you have a process like how you would tackle a design? Do you sketch it first, or do you?
Usually,
Yeah, like what do you look for when you research?
usually I'm really bad at this, but right now my process for scratch building is just trial and error. Basically, I just
That-
get the initial shape of it, and then just stick a bunch of pieces in it, and until it looks better, I guess.
Mm.
But I'm trying to streamline it,
Mhm.
because I don't really usually do a lot of scratch building. But yeah,
All right.
Well,
I see.
stepping out of my comfort zone.
Mhm. How about you, GP? Have you started on the process of designing your backpack?
No, but I'm still new to plat plating as well. Right now, I'm just taking it slow because it's my first time scribing. It's my first time plat plating, and I think the next best thing in doing plat plating is doing armor modifications, like just trying to bulk up some armor
Mm.
with small pieces.
Mm. All right. So
You know
since
what?
you've mentioned it,
Oh,
like, how about that? Like, bulking something up, right? So it sounds simple, like just put flat plates on it, but you have to make it as cohesive as possible, right? To be consistent with the design of the gunpla itself. Like, do you have a
Yeah.
again? Do you have a conceptual process on how you do the design of bulking up gunplas using flat plates?
I do, but because there are some designs in like in Gundam, there are some mobile suit designs. Like if you look at the Jesta, it has some extended armor, like more thicker from the Jigan. If you look at that, and if you look at other people's work, like for example, Red Rock, shout out Red Rock. I saw his current whip that he added some armor modifications, and it looks similar to it looks similar from what the Jesta has basically. So you would have to make it look natural as possible. Like, is there a reason why you have to thicken this specific armor? Like, uh, is it like a heavy armor type, or you have to give it some story as well. You have to give it a
yeah.
story.
Mm. So
Context is important.
yeah, so storytelling, basically, the same way, just like how what Josh mentioned when it comes to dioramas when we were reviewing the GBWC entries. So yeah, speaking of dioramas, yeah, let's dive into that, right? So Josh, you've been building dioramas. You've mentioned that storytelling is important and all that, but do you consider the kit that you have? So what comes first, like conceptualizing the diorama based on what kit you have, or do you already have a concept and then build a gunpla around the concept of your diorama that's in your mind?
Kind of both.
Mm.
Kind of going back to what you were asking before. Like I draw out my stuff.
Mm.
Um, I have like if I have an idea in my head, like with what I'm doing for GBWC right now, my idea originally was the title of it is called Ambush,
Mm.
and so I was going to make asteroids out in space, have the tall geese coming out and shooting these distressors from Mercury. So two completely different series that have nothing to do with each other than the name of Gundam. Um, just to make it so that way, like there's a cohesive story of okay, this mobile suit was attacking this mobile suit and ambushing them. But based off of after I got these kits and got them built, because have the idea, I built the kits and then put them together. I'm like, these don't really match. These don't aren't cohesive with one another. The sizing of them are just too different. So I had to kind of rearrange what I'm doing with my GBWC. So now the idea I had originally is completely different from what I had written down and scratched out on paper. Um, there's other times where I'm like, oh, I have these kits and this is what I want to do with it. So I have an idea for a kit that's what that kit's going to be for. But then there's other things I'm like, okay, I have an idea of something I want to do. What kits do I have that will work with it? So it's kind of one and the same, like just kind of see what you have, but then what your idea is and what works. So it's a giving take on both of those. So um like one of the other ideas I have, I saw it in a manga. It's a Zaku that has defeated like a ground gym by putting its heat hawk through the cockpit and is just standing over it while the gym just kind of sits there and
Mm.
is like the heat is melting the metal as it still is just there. And I saw that and I was like, this is a very profound like thing. Like I want to make a diorama of this or just like a little vignette of just these two mobile suits in this battlefield with that. Um, so I have a gym ground that's right here. I have a Zaku I still need to build so I can put them together and everything. But that's what those kits are going to be used for. But I have other kits that I'm just like, oh, I've got this one. Okay, I'm gonna put this with this and this with this, and it works. And so go. And that's kind of what with the slobber knocker. That's what it kind of went with the Demi Garrison from Witch from Mercury. This is Iron Blooded Orphans. That's Witch from Mercury. Two completely different series, but they kind of work with one another, and it made that scene, that story happen. So I was able to just, okay, cool, this is what I want to use.
I'm getting like this common theme from like from scratch building, I guess. It's like uh, it all starts with an idea, and then sure, like let's say research and loads and loads and layers of research is involved. But to me, I'm getting I'm seeing that it's more of problem solving and using what you have, and then like the idea just evolves from there. That's what I'm getting.
You got it. That's the one.
Oh.
That's why Miguel like mentioned trial and error and stuff. And it's
Basically-
through that the idea evolves.
Yeah.
Yep.
So some part of the hobby, like in Gunpla and in modeling and basically in modifications and such, you're basically solving a problem. Like, for example, this kit has very few details in the chest. That's your problem. How are you gonna solve that? So that's how you get to describing or plat plating or adding a few parts from other kits. So yeah.
And
Problem
I'll add on.
solvers.
I'll just kind of add on to that part. I'm gonna say it's that, but it's creating, or it's solving a problem creatively.
Yeah, that is the one.
Yeah.
Good point, Ralph.
Yeah.
That's a good question. That's a good sentiment, Ralph.
All right. So detailing, right? So the reason why we are scribing, the reason why you're adding parts, is to add detail to your gunpla, to add detail to your diorama. Now putting that together, right? So when you pose your gunpla, do you what comes first, right? The storytelling, or do you want to showcase the special parts that you've worked hard on? Do you sacrifice that to do your post, right? So for example, when we do like Gunpla photography on GP's like page, right? So a lot of people take a lot of photos, take a lot of do a lot of poses for their Gunplas, and then posts it, and then you can see like they highlight different parts of what they customized or painted on that specific kit, right? But when you're making a diorama, you don't really get to do different poses because it's already set. So in your guys' opinion, do you do this the posing around the parts, the custom, or around the story? Which comes I just want to know your guys' opinion on that.
I'll answer first.
can imagine
the
it.
first thing that comes first is the egg. The egg comes first before the chicken.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
No, chicken comes first, Lynn. He's gonna argue with me on that. So we'll take care of that here in a little bit. For me, it's what am I trying to do? If it's a diorama, it's gonna be story first, because that's what the diorama is for. If it's just a kit that's by itself, that's so like I'll use the slobber knocker as an example since it's right here. If I was doing the kit by itself, then yeah, I'm gonna highlight that ammo belt because I am damn proud of what that looks like. The container, the pill bottle that I used, I'm really happy with the way that came out because I mean everything on there, like the mechanics and stuff, these parts here, like I had to scratch build this whole entire thing to make it look like what it does, but I still have the essential pill bottle. But I still want that to be a highlight. Like that's a big thing. So is the ammo belt. So if this was by itself, then yes, I want this to be highlighted. So I'm going to pose it in the way that it's going to highlight. But if it's going to be a part of a diorama, I want the story to come together, because that's the first thing that people are going to be like, are like, oh, these two were fighting. This guy didn't make it, but this guy did. Oh, look at this guy. He's fully armed. And then that's when the details will start to pop out.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like storytelling through deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's
Makes
this
sense.
other way, like storytelling through, like in this context, like Gunpla interacting with each other. But if it's like a singular one, what's gonna be the highlight is storytelling through details.
Right.
Mm. I see. I see.
Cool. That's really cool.
So sorry, I cut you off, GP. So what were you going to say?
He forgot.
Oh, no, he forgot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
okay, then I'll ask the question. What to you comes first? Is it the story or the details?
Oh,
The story. The story.
sorry.
Like I imagine it first. Wow, cool imagination, and then I just try to piece it together.
Mm.
Well, for me, I guess I detailed Gunpla so much that I made it into a second nature. So I really focus on the story, because the detailing part is just improving it
Mm.
and making it part of the story.
Mhm.
And yeah, the coming going back to your question, when it comes to the posing, putting it into the diorama, where do you put the details? Just like what Josh said, just put it in the parts you want to highlight.
Mm.
Like, well, I think it applies both in diorama and just the singular kit. So, for example, your diorama is doing a beam saver attack. You can add details is that can be seen in all angles, and maybe not put details so much on the parts that are hidden. A good example for this is Ryan Lau's entry, the loading. You at first glance, you can I thought it wasn't detailed at all. But it was just painted, put it in the RAM, and that's it. But when you zoomed in, it's very detailed.
Mm.
So you can combine it both, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically on your end, Migs. So you already detail your Gunpla by itself. So any post is is fine because it's already detailed on all around, right?
Yeah,
Basically, yeah.
yes. Basically practice detailing, regardless if it's just flat plating, scribing, hit bashing. Make it into a second nature to you.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So when you come up with a story, you can blend the techniques within the story.
Mm. I see.
No,
I see.
techniques.
Yeah.
Building techniques.
Oh, look at the Plamo apprentice here, taking
See,
notes.
I've
We're
been
gonna have
writing
a
this whole. I've been writing this whole time, guys. I'm paying attention.
just
Gonna
You guys-
say,
you-
are your hands hurting yet?
Like, I know I'm looking down a lot, but just know I'm listening carefully. That's all.
I'm gonna need a 1,000 word essay on my email.
I can only give you 100.
So yeah, anything to add, GP Migs, Josh? Any advanced, building techniques that you'd like to share?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you something.
All right.
I think
Josh,
that.
yeah,
Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead, GP. Josh, do you know what fruit leather is?
What is?
Fruit leather. So when
No.
you make a fruit smoothie and then you pour it into a pan and then you put it in a dryer,
Okay. Yeah.
it's like a candy. So I don't know why I use that as an example, but I've been doing something like that with putty. So in my recent build, I was doing a lot of putty work. So usually when I get a putty, when you mix it, the epoxy putty, I usually take so much. So I usually mix so much in as I intended to use on the kit. So what I've been doing right now is when I get extra, I roll them down into a flat surface and flatten it like this. And then after it's hardened, I use this as a replacement for plate when you doing some small details because these ones are very easy to cut and very easy to detail. So you just lay them somewhere flat, you flatten them, and then just leave it there. Then when you want to put some tiny details on your kit, you just cut them. Well, you just cut them into, I guess, squares. You call that shape, trapezoid or some shit. Then just add details on them and just stick them to the part that you want to detail, and that's it. Because epoxy putty, really easy to cut, really easy to scribe, but plastic cement doesn't work here, so I use super glue.
Mm.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I wish I had more beard to stroke because I was like, yes, tell me more. Keep going.
Yeah. So if you get some extra, just flatten it, leave it there. Well, you can use it as an indicator that your putty is already cured. So yeah. So if this is hard, the putty work I put on my kit is already cured.
All right. How about you,
Yeah, that's
GP?
for me.
What?
You were saying something earlier again. I thought you forgot.
I forgot. Oh no, I remember. I remember.
Okay.
Uh,
I just saw
I
it
think
fly out of his head.
yeah. So in kit bashing, I think especially if you plan on making your own mecha, I think it applies similar to making a diorama, right? You have to make the story first when you piece each part together.
Yeah.
Like it has to make sense.
There's like a purpose for each part that you do or you build.
Right.
Yeah, which piques my interest. I wanted to follow up on what Brennan was asking about like the research aspect of scratch building or diorama making. Um, I wanted to ask Josh, like for example, uh, your custom what's the name?
Slobber
This
knocker.
is slobber
Slobber
knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Yeah, like when you were detailing or creating the parts of the minigun, for example, like you had to use or create uh based off of a real minigun. So did you do research for that, for example? Like what are the real parts of a minigun to create it?
Yeah, Google is a wonderful thing.
Exactly.
And I mostly look up images like for that stuff and just try to find something that kind of works with what I have. Or what my envision of what I want it to look like. And sometimes it works out well, sometimes it doesn't. You kind of have to, okay, like maybe take something from this picture or something from that picture. So like with this, I have a picture that's actually, I downloaded it onto my computer so I wouldn't have to have Google up all the time, of an ammo belt. And it's only a small section, but I mean, it's the same thing all the way through. So it helped me kind of, okay, this is what this is supposed to look like. This is what it is. But also, okay, what scale should I make this at? Because if the gun is this big and the ammunition, like how should I scale it to make it fit? And I mean, I could make another ammo belt, and if I made it like this big, like huge, this way, there we go. Like if I made it that big, it would completely overshadow this whole entire thing, and it wouldn't look like it's there, or it's supposed to be coherent. So it's like, okay, how big should I make this? How big should it be? And no, definitely doing the research and looking up things. Also looking at what other people have built. Pinterest is another good thing to do as well. Like, they have a lot of different pictures from everybody, from other builders and stuff on there. Over here in my back corner, I have a bunch of Hobby Japan magazines and various different resources that I kind of can flip through and just look and see what has been done in the past, and not so much to say that I want to like plagiarize or make something that someone else has already done, but like, okay, how did they make it, and kind of like, analyze it and go over it and be like, okay, this is kind of what they use, this is what it looks like. Or if it has instructions on how to do it, be like, okay, cool, I can't read Japanese, but I can follow pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, just getting
Just-
inspiration from different works, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and that's what the research is inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, do you
So,
also get
yeah.
other techniques from other mediums, like, for example, Warhammer, armor modelers, ship modelers, something like that?
If there's something that's particular that I want to try doing, then I'll look up on YouTube and just see what videos are out there, and I'll look at whatever's there, and if it's going to be helpful for me, then great. If it's not, then okay, I'm going to move on to something else, or I'm going to have to watch it like a few times in order to really understand what they're doing. So like, one from shipbuilders would be taking extra sprue like this and heating it up with a candle and then stretching it out to make wire.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't tried it.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, and it works pretty good, except your fingers kind of burn a little bit, so you have to be careful with it. And so there's other, like, you burn yourself once, okay, I don't want to do that, so how am I going to do it? So I get a couple pair of pliers and just kind of slowly pull it, so that way my hands are away from the flames. Now that I have a heat gun, that it's a little different, because I can kind of do the same thing, but no, it's definitely learning different techniques from different areas, from like Warhammer and miniatures and shipbuilding or airplane building and stuff. Like, there is no reason why you can't use those for Gundams or Gunpla and anything else that you're doing, because it's still glue on plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that idea isn't going to change just because you're building a ship or building a plane or building a Gunpla. It's just, how are you going to change this piece of plastic to make it fit into what you're doing. That's all it is.
I see. It's really interesting. So what I'm getting is I guess like a general like summary, just summarization is when you envision like a diorama or a scratch build, it's like you gather references from Google, and then not just that, like for example, you're trying to create a specific part. For example, you're gonna look at that's where other creators or other builders come into play. Like, you try to figure out what they did to make that particular part. That's like that's the research part of it.
Right.
See?
And then figure out how they did it and then make it your own.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's the most important part. Making it your own.
Because you don't think the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically have some level of curiosity when it comes to things. Like, yeah, basically, if you want to, for example, you're just curious on how do people paint Star Wars kits? How do people build car models? Basically, just have this sense of wonder. It will help you through your process when it comes to building or detailing the dioramas or Gundams or everything else.
And like Miguel said at the beginning, don't try it out. Don't be afraid to fail with whatever you're trying out. It may not work the first time, it may not work the second time, it may not work the 20th time, but that 21st time, that then you did something different, and all of a sudden, it's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. and
Mhm.
now you get to glue it to your piece.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I said that.
In a way, yes. Look at you being all philosophical.
So yeah, I, anything to add for the advanced Gunpla building or anything? Mhm.
Josh, have you tried hand painting?
Oh yeah, Slobber Knocker's hand painted.
Oh,
Nice.
Wow.
God dang.
So,
Mm.
I airbrushed him first, but then I went back over with the doing the hand painting to all the things just to give it a little bit more of a oomph. But yeah, I've been getting a lot into hand painting, so a lot of the stuff has been hand painted and been really enjoying it, and it's a nice little therapy session for me. Just kind of being able to just sit there and paint and not really worry about anything, put some tunes on or some Reddit stories and call it a good time.
Yeah.
It's relaxing, right?
Yes.
Relaxing.
How do you
I do.
Yeah, the brush stroke. How do you remove that?
You thin the paints down quite a bit
Okay.
and just multiple layers of paint, so that way it becomes more of a wash than it is a actual like thick paint that you're putting on.
Got it.
So
Yeah.
thinning is a big key to it. And the paints I'm using are those Monument Hobby paints.
Yeah.
Been really liking these.
Yeah.
So, but
Don't do it.
I'm
It's fine.
interested in these armored Komodo
Yeah.
paints.
They are
Yeah.
pre-tinned.
Yeah, they are
So,
pre-thinned. Yes.
Maybe
I
maybe
kind of have to figure out how to get some of those over here so I can give them a try. So we'll see what happens
Hell
there.
yeah!
dude, if their
I'm gonna send
website
you
is
some,
up,
man. Wait for
with
it.
the
Every outcome.
they ship worldwide, bro.
Yes. Okay. Then I'll have to look into them and stuff.
Not only do they have paints, they also have thinners. They have plastic cements.
They got it
And
all.
more. They also have liquid
What
masking.
do we have there?
They have putty. sorry. Brought to you by
They have
Armored
weathering
Komodo.
pigments.
Hey.
They have weathering
Weathering
pigments.
weathering
They're
pigments.
plugging in.
sorry about that, Josh.
Oh, all good. Like I'm always down to try new stuff.
Yeah.
Like if it makes it work easier, it works better. Why not?
Mhm.
So always down to try out new stuff. And if it doesn't work for what I want it to do, then maybe I'll do it for something else. Maybe I can use it for weathering. Maybe I can use it for something else. So
Yeah.
I'm always down to try new
Yeah.
stuff.
We're gonna have an
I
episode.
can't believe that just happened.
Yeah, we're gonna have an episode dedicated to like showcasing different Armored Komodo products.
Bro.
So yeah, make sure to check that out
Cool.
if you're interested. And yeah, that's it. Yeah. Any final thoughts before we end the podcast, the topic of the show? Go, Josh.
Right here. I just want to congratulate you guys on the amount of followers you've been getting, the interviews you've been having, all of the like everything that you guys have been doing lately. Like you have been working hard. You have been doing an awesome job. I have been loving watching the episodes with AO, with Simon, with everybody that's been on. Like, my God, Brian, Lau, everybody
Yeah.
that you've had. Like, congratulations to you guys. You guys have been doing the good work, and I'm glad that I get to be a small part of this, and that
Big
No, you're a big part.
no, I'm just a small part. You guys are the big part.
Shut up, you're a big word.
Fine, because Miguel said so. I'll shut up.
But yeah, of course. Also, we have to thank you, Josh. You know, you're one of the first few guests, and you've also been like, what do you call this? Networking us with some of the people around there, and thank you for that.
Anytime, I'm available for you guys all the time. Like, just let me know ahead, and I will make it happen.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Vacation.
Maybe. I have a build day tomorrow, so we'll
I'm
see.
kidding.
And if you're planning to go on a vacation,
Or
here in the
we could
Philippines,
do this live, and then you guys could be a part of my build day. But usually you guys are asleep by then, so
We'll see. Maybe
Supposedly.
we'll arrange something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course,
All
we're again, as always, stay with us for a few more moments because we are on to the last segment of the show, which is the Gunpla photos of the.
Lennox is also excited for this.
All right.
So get in here, Lennox.
Come
Look at
on,
these
come on,
things.
Lennox. We want your input as well. All right, so this is the Plamo photo, People's Choice Plamo photo of the week. This is by Sechen. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, but it's Sechen. So yeah, again, for the people out there,
Sechen.
if you guys want your builds to be featured on the show, make sure to post your builds on Plamo Photography and Gunpla Photography. Gunpla Photography is also available on Reddit and Discord as well. So yeah, this is, I'm not sure, this is a masked rider, Kamen Rider, I think.
Kamen Rider.
Yeah. So yeah, he took some beautiful photos. I like the lighting here, and the, you know, so you can see it like before and after. Yeah.
I can never figure out how to take a photo with a black background. I can never figure that out.
It's all the lighting.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's
The lighting is
maybe
good.
a future episode right there for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like how, like, with it being the dark background there, like that, like it just punches everything up so much more. It looks like it's coming out from the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The shadows,
You-
right?
And
True.
You think?
And I like how highlighted the eyes are on
The gold
the
part.
black background. Yeah, and the gold parts as well. You know, it highlights it when in contrast to having too much light around it. But yeah, this one's cool. This one's cool. And then
Yeah.
we have the People's Choice for Gunpla Photo of the Week from Gunpla Photography Group. Oh, nope. Not yet.
That's a
Sorry.
crotch.
That's the crotch. My bad.
That's the crotch. We've been duped.
Okay, this one,
Oh,
this is an
damn.
MG Vidar, I think. Correct me.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Look at that.
Lennox says he
Yes.
really likes the colors.
Yeah, it's got
That's it.
this one.
Evil.
I think he's copying Ipe's illustration art of the Vidar in the wiki.
With
He's
the
copying it.
with the person here.
Yeah, with the pilot.
Oh, I see. See.
Actually, the metallic red on the inner frame looks really good.
Yeah. He even showed like a photo of.
Lennox here is kind of freaking out a little bit. He's like, yes.
Look how he painted.
Oh,
the inner frame
look
as
at
well.
that.
Look at that.
It's clean.
Wow.
The colors remind me of a Japanese builder, and yeah, this color scheme is his go-to. Reminds me of him.
Mm.
I forgot his name though.
Alright.
Naoki? No, just kidding. It's not Naoki.
Damn,
Alright.
this is porn, right? Naked.
All right.
I'll
and-
avert his eyes.
So yeah, good job,
Interesting.
Lee Kwang, for posting your very, very beautiful and well photographed MG Vidar. And then the next one, GP, you wanna introduce this one?
Yeah, from Tada Flamomancer. Where is it? There.
Lennox and I know this one very well.
Yeah.
It's the MG, right?
This,
No,
yeah, it's a master grade.
Oh,
This
shit.
is from our friend Fritz, who is part of our local build group.
Wait, Fritz is Flamomancer?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I missed that. Fritz, shout out.
yeah. I've been able to see this thing in person, and it is really nice. It's really good.
I love the way he
The
painted.
details are simple, so I love it. It's not over the top.
Mm.
The colors are clean. The paint is very clean.
Yes.
Yeah, I
The
love
eyes are painted too.
I love the shading.
Yeah, it's all painted.
The
I
shading.
love the shading on
Mhm.
the shoulder and the
Yep.
chest, the blue one. You really focus the shading on the parts that the light hits so much.
Mm.
You can see the shading in the chest part right there underneath the jewel.
This one? Is it shaded?
Yeah, I think that's shaded.
Yeah, it's shaded.
Oh, that's cool.
He really likes the Katoki Verkov way of shading. So, like every little piece of that has been shaded, painted, and it is immaculate.
Yeah.
I will have to look that up. The Katoki style.
So yeah, that's it for our Gunpla photos of the week. Again, if you guys want your builds featured, make sure to join the Plamel Photography group on Facebook and the Gunpla Photography group on Facebook as well. Of course, Gunpla Photos is available on Discord and Reddit as well. And GP, visits those other social medias and gets his pick from there. So yeah, good job and congratulations to the features of the week. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Josh, again. We love having you here, and we hope to get you back on more episodes. And,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you guys again. You guys are doing awesome. And yeah, I'm down anytime.
Good luck to our GBWC journey.
Tomorrow.
Remember, we are not just building kits, we are building something bigger. See ya, and thanks for watching. Perfect Grade Podcast.